Hey everyone, welcome back to another Ragnarok M classic video. I've been seeing a lot of comments asking about what is the best weapon, accessories, or even headwears for Royal Guard instance/build. So today I will answer these questions. I will also include other gears, since there's so much equipment in this game and it is really hard to decide which one should we use. We should think carefully about what we buy, because Zeny is difficult to farm these days, and sometimes we don't earn any at all. If you want to avoid wasting Zeny on gear that you don't need, I encourage you to watch this until the end. But before we begin, I'd like to give a quick shout out to today's video sponsor. Are you struggling to make Zeny like me? Or maybe you're just ready to dominate the game. LD Shop got your back. You can achieve that on a cheaper price. Established by a big and trustworthy brand, LD is a name known across the gaming world for projects like LD Player Emulator and LD Cloud Phone. LD Shop brings the same power and reliability straight to your game top-ups. And the best part, you can top up for your favorite games like Ragnarok M Classic with a huge 23% discount. Plus, if you use my special link in the description, you'll unlock an extra 10% and 5% discount coupon just for being awesome. Topping up is super easy. No personal info needed. Just copy your in-game ID, paste it in, and boom! Within 5 minutes, your goods are in your inbox. That's it. Let's start on the left side of our equipment. On the offhand, I strongly recommend the Shield of Naga. This is a must for this build, since this offhand boosts the damage of our main damaging skill. You can use Rift offhand, but the difference will be huge. Shield of Naga gives so much overbrand damage multiplier, but not only that, it also gives a lot of magic attack and physical attack stats. If you notice, I always say to get this item first. It's because this is very important for our build and nothing can be substitute for this item. In addition, the Shield of Naga price went down significantly. It went from 3 million to 1.2 million Zeny. So if you couldn't afford it before, then this might be the time for you to have one. Next is the armor. The best armor for us is Staunch Armor Star. It also boosts our overbrand damage by 10%. It also gives magic attack, physical damage, and fear immunity. It is important to make it Star because the difference between regular Staunch armor is huge. If you still don't have budget, then you can also use the Rift armor that gives physical attack and magic attack stats. Rift armor is better than regular Staunch armor, so if you still don't have budget for Star version, then it's better to use Rift armor for the meantime. Next is the garments. The best one is the Ancient Cape, since it gives Ignore Defense, Attack, and Skill damage in Star version. But if you still don't have budget, then you can use Rift garments instead. Rift garments gives the same Ignore Def, but it has no extra effects like Ancient Cape. So Rift garments is only good for early to mid-game, but in endgame, then you should get Ancient Cape. You can also use Undershirt, since it gives crit and crit damage, which boosts our instant/damage. It also gives auto attack damage in Star version, so you also might consider using it in endgame. But of course, you need to get Ignore Def from other source, since Undershirt doesn't have Ignore Def stat. Next is the footgear. You can use the Rift boots in the early game since they are easy to obtain and simple to socket with cards. However, they are not suitable for endgame use. The best footgear is the +12 rune boots. It's important to have them at +12 or higher because +11 or lower offers almost the same stat benefits as the Rift boots. Additionally, creating sockets for cards can be quite expensive, so if you're only going to use +8 boots, then the Rift boots are still the better option. So if you want better, then you must use +12, since it gives more physical and magic attack percentage. Next are the accessories. In the early game, Rift accessories are the best option since they also give a good amount of attack stats and can also give Ignore Def, which helps us reach 100% to 120% Ignore Def. But in endgame, we need a better accessories. The best option are the physical accessories, like +12 Black Cat Brooch for the penetration, and Powerful Ring for more attack. Fairy in the bottle is also viable if it has Sharp Blade 2 or more, since it has a chance to give 100% crit damage for 4 seconds if plus 10, that's 10% damage boost to our instant slash. But you can also use magic accessories, since we can also benefit in magic attack, like Eye of Dullahan and Orleans gloves. But we should get Sharp Blade 3 or more for this accessories to perform better than the standard physical accessories. Next is the weapon. This also a must for this build, and I cannot recommend other weapons, since Spearfish also gives direct damage boost to Overbrand, which is the base damage of our main damaging skill. Aside from the damage boost every refining level, it also gives physical and magic attack stats that can't be obtained using other substitute spears. The price of Spearfish has significantly decreased, making it much cheaper than before. Next is the Headwear. The best one is Bashful Moment because it gives 10% damage to all monsters and 5% extra damage to MVP if refined to +6, making it 15% damage to MVP. But if you don't have Bashful Moment, then you can use White Knight Helm. For the 10% damage to MVP, or the Rudolph's Horn, for the 5% physical damage and 5% Ignore Def. For face, I'm using this one from One Punch Man event. It has 2% penetration and 5% Ignore Def. But if you don't have this, then the best one is Mr. Scream, for physical attack, or Nut on Head for 5% Ignore Def. It will be depends on what you need. If you still don't have 100% Ignore Def, then go for Nut on Head. They both appeared in the Battle of Cake, so you probably have both. For mouth, the best one is this new mouth from the event, which you can get for free. This one gives 4% attack and 4% physical damage. But if you suddenly skipped the event, then you can use Bone in the Mouth instead. It gives 3% penetration, which is also very good. Next is the back. The best one is Nibelian Star or Thunder Taiko. Nibelian Star gives 5% penetration and chance to gain 200 attack while attacking. And Thunder Taiko have 5% physical damage and a chance to get 1% attack and magic attack that can stack to 8 times for you and your party. But if you don't have both of these, then you can also use the Devil Wing, which gives 5% attack damage. For tail, if you have this one or similar, then it would be the best. But you can only get this in Lost Isle or Ponape Museum, so it's not advisable. You can use the Ice Ridge sculpture instead. It gives 3% Ignore Def and a passive that can reduce another 3% defense of the enemy. So if you need more Ignore Def, then this is the best one. Anyway, that's it for this video. If you have questions, don't hesitate to comment below, and I will create content about it. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this. Thank you, and see you on the next one.